What do you get when you mix me with an early 50s Chevy? Trouble. I am here with Philip from the YouTube channel Philip's Hot Rod Garage. Now this 54 Chevy came from this 52 Chevy came from Philip's dad. And Philip is going to help me get this out of here. Check out his channel, it's pretty cool. This guy is an ace body man, not like me. So I know very little about this car, but I saw it, the price was right, so I had to have it. Why, when I already have some of these? Because this one is a two-door, and it's just not common anymore, at least in my experience, to find these as a two-door. It's a deluxe, which doesn't mean a whole lot in these early 50 Chevys, but it does have cool things like these rain guards. Those are not common, particularly in two doors. It's been here a long time. Let's leave it at that. When the current owner got it, it had been already sitting outside for an extremely long time, and he brought it here about 10 years ago. But it's complete. Near as I can tell, it's complete. I've not opened the door. I tried to peek through the windows and I can't see a whole lot, and I don't know if I can get in here to open the door. You may have to wait till we pull it out. But let's see. Wow, these tires are flat, but look at how complete it is. The hubcaps are even still on it. It's not too common like that. Let me see if I can get this hood open and I'll get right back to you. All right, and it is complete under here. Even the air filter. Yay! And an old 6-volt battery with the screw-in caps. Yep, this has been sitting a long time. Looks like it was that green that so many of these are. And it's still got, look at some firewall markings on it. 471. Someone put that on there a long time ago when this was on the assembly line. Let's see what the dipstick has. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. That is full of water. Full of water. And if you know me, and you know these early Chevys, you know how the water gets in here. When it rains, it drips in through this seam, which was a very poor design on Chevy's part, and it falls on the valve cover and comes in through these holes here, either through the bolt holes or the vent holes in the valve cover. If it didn't have this on it, it would come through the carb as well. So this engine is no doubt seized, but I'm gonna give it a quick try anyway. Okay, let me grab this thing. Oh yeah, it's seized. That's all right, I expected it, so no surprises there. So we are going to winch this thing out of here, get it up on a rollback so I can get it home. So believe it or not, this tire is taking air. The front on the other side's off the rim, so I'm not going to bother with it. The more tires we get with air in them, the easier it's going to be. So we got Philip running the rollback. Okay, hold on one second. Let me get the J-hooks out of the way. All right. Okay, Philip, take it away. Wow, this rear wheel is rolling. Unbelievable. We got some vines that don't want to let go. Nice job, Philip.
Let's take it down.
Nice job. Boy, is this thing cool. These vines did not want to let go. hose did not want to let go. Look at the tailpipe. It's not that bad underneath, is it?
Not bad.
No, spare tire well's got some rust, but not too bad otherwise. Christina's gonna love this. Not really, but I do. Well, thank you, Philip. It's a really great job. How you feeling?
I feel like I'm gonna miss it. This thing's been sitting here for many years, and I know it's going to a good home though.
It is. I will do a lot with it.
Hope you can get it running.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
How about you? What would you like to say?
Subscribe to what the stand Philip talk ride.
Hey, well
All right.
said. So we are back at this 52 junk box. And we're so curious that we're going to pull the plugs right away to see what the cylinders look like. So just to give you an idea why we're so curious, here's the dipstick. See that cream color? That's all water. And it goes all the way up to there. This crankcase is full of water. It could mean that the lifter valley has water in it. Could mean a lot of different things, but we won't know until we start digging in. So we're gonna do that right now. In the work that Christina and I do, we're digging these things out of junkyards, fields, forests, traipsing through areas that are tough on our feet and tough on our shoes. Once we get it home, then we have to spend hours on our feet in the shop getting it running. This takes a toll on our feet and on our shoes, and I needed to do something different. So I got these. This is a Brunt work boot, and this specific one is the Brunt Marin. Brunt shoes are designed by people that were in the trades for people in the trades like us. This particular model is waterproof. It's got a composite toe, and most important for me, it's oil and slip resistant in the sole. I've had these for a while. One of the most amazing things was, out of the box, they were ready to go. I didn't have to break them in. There was no chafing of my feet. Just used them and no problems. I expected when I started looking at new work boots that Brunt would be way out of my price range. Not so. These boots are super competitive with all the other brands, and they're better. Use our QR code here and use the code WTR10 on Brunt's website, and you'll receive $10 off your first purchase. Try them. If you don't like them, return them, and you're out nothing. That's how confident Brunt is about their product. I would not recommend a product to you unless I really believed in it. These boots are the real deal. Thank you for Brunt for sponsoring this video, and now back to the Chevy. So that plug was not super tight, which is good. Wasn't loose, but it surprisingly came out easier than I thought. Is that rust on here?
It's hard to say.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
It could be.
It could be. It could be. It's just an AC45. This is a super old plug. How do I know? Because it's not a resistor plug. It would have an R in front of it, and it's green. Green paint. It's old.
I have a feeling this car was near a chestnut tree.
Now, how would it get in there? Some animal, right?
Possibly.
Must have been. So they're out. What do we got? 1 looks good. 2 looks good. 3. Oh, is that?
Looks it. Sure does look
yeah,
it.
that's loaded with rust. Loaded. There's our problem child right there. Always has to be 1. How about this one? 4 looks good. 5 looks great. And 6 is on the ground.
6 is camera shy.
And 6 has rust in it. So we've got 2 with rust. And that's enough to really short circuit getting an engine running. But I'm most concerned about which one, 4, that is really, really bad. So guess what? We're going to start with the scope in there. Okay, it's actually number 3 that was the worst. It looks like the piston's near the top, doesn't it?
Well,
Yeah, it is
kind
near
of see
the
over
top,
here.
sort of.
Oh wait, go down. Is that the piston?
Yeah,
Oh, maybe we haven't gotten past where we need to be yet.
that's the piston. It's too close to the top. That's in our favor, that it's close to the top. What was the other bad one? 5?
Might have been 6.
Right
It's hard
there.
to see because
There
the
it is,
cloud.
right there.
Okay, gotcha.
That looks pretty bad. Wow. All right, moving on to 6. Yeah, this one's not good either. Look at all that rust. There's the wall. Oh boy. That's pretty terrible. I mean, did we expect anything different? No, but this is looking very bleak.
Hey, that's
Number
not-
3. Terrible. Number 2. Terrible. And number 1, terrible. This might be the worst. Every single cylinder's got significant rust. This is probably going to be a head puller. But we're going to put some oil in the cylinders anyway, and just for kicks, try to crank it over.
So when you say hair puller,
Head puller.
head puller, do you mean hair puller like you're going crazy?
No, because we've done this so many times.
I can already tell you that's a bad sign.
It's loose. These things are... This is a good sign that these rubber things are so ingrained to the studs. All right, let's get this thing off of here. Let's see what we got. Boy, we've been here before, haven't we?
Yeah.
The front is nice, relatively so, and the back is terrible because this thing was obviously sloped backwards wherever it was parked. The water dripped through and went in the back. There's also, you know, this stuff is interesting.
I know. I wonder, do you think something was living in there?
Yeah, I think something went through that hole and was living there, or just dropped stuff in there. Because you can see, right, this stuff, that's a rat. So possibly a rat just dropped stuff in there on his way to building a house. But isn't this interesting, the blue?
Yeah. You can still
And look
see.
at the blue there on the push rods. I've never seen that before.
Oh,
It's
it's on
even
the
on the
springs.
oil line. See?
on the springs,
See-
too.
Yeah, see the oil line?
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen that before, so I don't have a point of reference. But this rocker shaft has to come off, clearly. It's no doubt that those rockers over there are going to be stuck, and there's probably more. This looks good in here for the most part. Of course, there's a little rust back here, but we've seen a lot worse than that. And look at the rust trail. See that? There's your vent. There's the rust trail from the water coming in.
Oh, yeah.
You got one there, you got one here, and you've got a smaller one up front because the car was obviously tilted backwards. And that's all you need. Over a couple of years, your engine fills with water like that, the way it rains around here, although this car came from South Alabama. So, the crankcase being full of water, it can freeze. And if it freezes, this block's had it. But in South Alabama, they don't get a freeze too often. So it's possible that this has not frozen. You may be wondering, why haven't we tried to turn this over yet? We're starting to take the engine apart. Why haven't we tried? Because we pretty much know, looking at those cylinders, it's not going to turn. And if it does, it's going to be damaging because of the amount of junk in those cylinders. So right now we're trying to assess how bad the damage is before we go the usual route of trying to get it unstuck. So this lifter galley is where a lot takes place, and it does tend to trap water. It's also a very tight fit to get off. Okay, we'll get back to you.
What'd you find?
I don't know what this, some foil thing was under the valve cover, almost falling into the push rod. Oh, you know what that is?
Mm-mm.
That's from an oil bottle.
Oh.
Somebody peeled this
that's
back, put
funny.
oil in it, and it fell in. Huh. Okay. No rust on that. This has been changed. This has been cleaned. See, there's no gunk on it or anything. This has been cleaned. That is ridiculously clean.
It's back there. Grossy.
Not the greatest, but I expected worse. I expected a lot worse. See that? Little bit of debris and rat stuff, and the last lifter has some concerning rust. But the rest, I mean, these are fine.
All right, I think this is a better view.
Yeah. I would say that's nothing short of amazing. How is it that that last section is not totally rusted, given that there was so much water? Look at the rocker area there at the top of the head. There was so much water back there. I guess it never got deep enough to drip down into the lifter galley, for the most part. I'll take it. This thing's gonna run. Look at the absence of junk. There's no junk in here. As far as like old oil and stuff, there's nothing in here. So I'd like to show you the lack of sludge in this engine. It's incredible. There simply isn't any whatsoever. I would guess that this engine was rebuilt shortly before this car was parked, like within 3,000 miles of the car being parked. There just isn't any sludge in here from oil breakdown. I believe this solves the mystery of the blue. Look at that head. It was clearly painted without the block being painted. See that? So apparently the head was rebuilt, and it wasn't long before this thing was parked either. I'm going to end the day with adding the acetone and ATF mix to the cylinders. I don't have any mystery oil at the moment, so ATF's going to have to do. And I'm going to let it sit overnight, and we'll see what happens in the morning. Do I think it'll turn? No, but this valve train looks so good, it really surprises me. We'll see. So it's been just about 24 hours with all the fluid in the cylinders, hopefully working its way through the rings. Probably not, but hopefully so. So I am going to try to get it unseized. It may be a little early to be trying this, but I'm going to try it. And I need to remove the fan in order to do that. On these Chevys, there's no crank bolt to grab with a wrench. There's instead a fitting for an actual crank, like a Model A would have. You can't grab it with much. So I'm going to use a chain wrench around the pulley. Come on. There. Man.
That's a close fit.
Yeah, I've never seen this before where it actually doesn't want to come off. Huh. Crap. That could be maybe the motor mount in front is bad and the engine's settled. That's a little bit of a problem.
You know, there's always something.
Yeah, yeah, there is. There is, that's part of it. But I don't think I can force this out. I'm gonna have to move the radiator, I guess. It's so close. Okay, moving on.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Aha! It moved!
It did move.
I told you it would move.
I am shocked.
I knew it! Let's see just how far it'll go around.
Okay.
Let me get the valve cover off.
Oh, do you want to get some chalk?
Yeah. I told you.
Yeah, I said after that number 3, I don't know. But it still could not go all the way around.
Well, it
That's
may
a
very
good
well not
possibility.
go around. That's true. But it
But
moved.
if it does, I hope it does for your sake. I honestly do. I do.
So I told Christina that I thought this engine was going to unstick. And the reason I thought that was because of how good this looks. Just something told me that we would overcome the rust in the pistons.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Now we have the valve train loose. So if we've got a stuck valve, it's not going to kill us.
So the chalk mark is our marker.
Right.
So you can see the white chalk mark.
And the hassle here, viewers, is that this chain wrench is far from ideal as a engine turning device.
Well, add in that we are on the, we're still on the...
The trailer.
Yes.
Okay, let's try it going this way. Maybe I can do it better.
Richard is working with a small injury, so we're gonna just take our time.
Yeah, I'll get back to you when this is set up. Okay, I hooked up the belt again. I'm gonna try moving it with the fan. It's just a nightmare trying to get this chain wrench to work. It keeps catching in the pulley. So let's see how this goes. Oh, I don't want to go that way. Oh boy, this isn't gonna work either. Nope.
You know, have you thought that you could be getting stuck somewhere in there?
No, because this is loose. Right.
No, I mean like a cylinder.
Oh, sure. But what this has done now, the belt, this will actually help. The belt is going to keep the chain wrench from falling into the pulley grooves. So we might be able to use this now.
Okay.
Without it keep getting stuck. Let's try it. Yeah, that's better.
Okay, go ahead. Does it feel really tight when you're doing that?
No. The fact that I can do it at all means
With
it's
your
not
hands?
tight. Yeah.
I'm just waiting for that chalk mark to show up again.
There it is.
Where is it?
There, right there. I mean, it's easily
I think
been
some of
2
it
times.
must have got rubbed off, so I couldn't see it very well. But yeah, it's going great. Let me look up here. What's going on up here? Oh, your arms wore out. That's okay. We'll give you a pat. All right, you need a break. You sure?
Yep. Ready?
Yeah.
Now all you're gonna see is the push rods moving. Or better yet, those lifters down there.
Okay.
If you want to look at those.
Go ahead. Let's see, maybe not where we're at. Okay. Oh yeah, you're pushing mystery oil out.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. All right.
Now I hear a noise like sounds like the starter might be engaged with the flywheel, but I'll take that type of problem over this thing being stuck any day.
You know where it was coming out too? That number 3, the one that looked the worst. That's where it was coming out. Is that good or bad?
Well, it's indicative of that the rings in there are pretty stuck. So it's not letting the fluid through it, so it's going to push it out. So the compression on that one when we first start will be low, but I mean, so far so good here. I got to verify there's no valve stuck, and then we put this back together.
Okay.
Not stuck at all. Okay, this one. Ooh, that one might be stuck. That one might be stuck. The rockers. That one's stuck. It's funny, the exhaust valves are all stuck. Okay, this one, another intake. Nope, not stuck. Okay, so we got some stuck valves to deal with. So I'm gonna unfortunately have to take this whole rocker assembly apart, out and apart. So I'm working on these stuck valves, and this guy here is stuck. This one was stuck, but I got it free. This one is really stuck. But I got this one free right here, just using the screwdriver trick, so I'm going to try that on the others. All of these, except one, are now free. With the same screwdriver and lube trick. Just put a screwdriver under the spring and pry up, preferably with 2 screwdrivers, and lube up the stem inside. And sometimes tap this at the same time and they pop. There's some risk with this. You can actually break off the valve stem. I've had that happen to me once in a 351 Cleveland. It's in the Torino video if you haven't seen that. The brown 71 Torino. But that's the only time it's happened. But there's risk there, so be aware. Now this last one right here, this last exhaust valve is really, really stuck. Now how do I know that? Listen to this. That is a very, very deep thud. And that means that the valve is really, really stuck. And I can see rust in there that you may or may not be able to see. But there's rust inside of where the stem area is. So I need to be super careful here. I'm too rough with this and that stem will break. So I've got 2 options. I can keep playing with it. And I'm going to play with it a little, but not much. Or I just leave it closed. And when the engine runs, it'll run on 5 easily. When the engine runs, I'll just let the heat cycles hit it a bunch of times and that should help free it up. So I'm going to play with it a bit more. All the lifters are free. This last one was not. As you can imagine, the last one where all the dirt was. But now it's completely free. It spins. Very important that they spin in their bore. And all of these spin very easily now. It's very important, in order to keep wear on the cam to a minimum, that they go up and down and spin around. Okay, so I'm going to play a little bit more with this one and get back to you. So despite more attempts at freeing it up, it's still pretty stuck. Well, it's better. It's still pretty stuck, but it's better. So I'm going to leave it like that and just let the lube soak in and see what happens, assuming it starts when the engine gets warm. I'm going to put the valve train back together, and then I need to work on the starter. These starters, the mechanical component of the solenoid is external to the starter. See that piece right here in the front? That's external, and that always rusts up. That actually has to move in and out of the solenoid, and it usually doesn't. So I'm going to have to work on that. Also, the band on the starter has come off, so the starter is full of junk. as you can imagine. But again, I'll take it. Compared to a seized engine, I'll take these problems any day. So I buttoned it back up, and here's what I decided to do. I've left the 2 push rods out for the last cylinder. The exhaust valve is stuck, and if I leave the push rod in there, it might bend. I don't know. And there's no sense having the intake valve pulling air and fuel into the cylinder that's just gonna sit there with no exhaust valve. So these 2 are pulled. Again, my hope is that if I get the engine running, and assuming I do, when the head heats up, it's really gonna help that valve to free up. One more thing about not having these push rods in place. This car will run on 5. It'll start on 5. As long as I have enough compression in the other cylinders, it won't be a problem. This is a little unorthodox what I'm doing, but it really doesn't create any issues. So I've been trying to get both of these doors open for days, and I haven't been able to. They're stuck. But what I just realized, this does not have a door panel inside, so I can see the latch. So hopefully all I need to do is lube that latch, give it a few hits, and it'll open.
Yeah.
But in my defense, the window was not down far enough until yesterday for me to see this.
I'm just gonna record in case it should pop open.
Yeah.
Did
The
you
latch is working.
Did you try pushing it in?
I think this door is just rusted shut.
Do you want to go along the edge of the door?
Yeah, I
See
think
if
what
you
I'm
can
gonna
loosen it
do
up.
is whack the inside of the door here. See if I can pop it out.
See, and the springs move.
Yeah, the springs are actually good. And there's 2 skirts in the back,
Oh.
but I don't think they're any good. And lots of daylight through the floor. Ow.
Now climb in and then hit it with your feet.
Oh, I don't want to climb in this thing.
You've
This thing is
climbed
gross.
in. You climbed in worse than that.
This is pretty bad.
Not like that black Chevy.
No, this is worse. I mean, there is raccoon poop right on the back seat,
But that's the back seat.
right in plain view.
That's not the front seat.
Well, how do I know it's not in the front too and I just don't see it? This thing is rude. Well, this is getting nowhere. Let's try this again later and move on. It's a new day today. We are going to drain the oil pan and see how much, uh-oh.
What is it? Oh gosh, is that?
I think it's a piece of the flywheel.
That's what I thought.
Wait a minute, maybe not. Maybe not. It's very thick. That's too wide for the flywheel,
Do you think
thankfully.
it's a piece of tire?
No. I bet this is fiber. This is a timing gear. A piece of it, of the cam or crank sprockets. Well, I hope I don't see a hole in the timing cover that came out of. That would basically stop us, viewers.
It was underneath the car?
Yes. Yes.
Would something like that fall off when you were rotating the... I can't really see what you're doing.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm just looking to see if there's any physical way that could come out, and there isn't. So, what does that tell me? You know, I've been talking about in this video how this engine's been either rebuilt or the head's been rebuilt, something like that. This could be another indicator. This is absolutely a piece of the crank or cam sprockets. There's no timing chain in these. It's gear on gear. And this tells me that this probably broke at some time in this car's past and somehow ended up in the frame. Yeah, see, this is fiber. See how easy it breaks? It's not steel. And sat in the frame year after year after it was changed. So it's not the end of the world. It's actually a good thing because it means that this engine was messed with at some time and somebody replaced the timing gears. But that's super interesting. That's not something we've seen before, is it? All right, panic averted, I hope. Yeah, I hope. I'll leave it at that. All right, this is getting loose. The drain pan ready. What we're gonna do is just try to get all the water out and then put the plug back in, because if I let the oil and the water mix, it's really hard to recycle.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's expected. You know, I'm actually happy that the water's coming out. We've seen it at times where the gunk was so thick the water wouldn't come out. This actually isn't bad. Wow.
Quite a bit.
Oh, yeah, it's not good. All right, keep an eye on that. I'm going to grab a screwdriver.
Okay. Wow. This is insane.
Yeah, it's a lot of water, but we knew that going in. I'm going to stick the screwdriver up there and see what happens. Oh, it's all water. I'm not getting any gunk. I don't know how that's possible. Let's see what the screwdriver looks like. I mean, a minute amount. See, I was absolutely planning on pulling this oil pan. I don't know that I do. I'm going to put the scope in here, and if there's no gunk in the pan, I'm not going to pull it, which saves me a ton of time and effort.
Here we go. I think it's changing over.
Okay.
There. Wow, I wonder how much that was.
You know, we'll find out in a sec, but not as much as I thought. So that's it. You can see a little bit of oil riding on top, but like this, look at my hand, my finger comes out clean. It's pure water. And that's easily a gallon. Easily. So we're going to put that in a container and then drain the oil itself.
Wow, it might be closer to 2.
Yeah, it's definitely more than a gallon there.
I wasn't thinking it'd be that much.
No, me neither. So let's see. Let's try another quart. Okay, can you hold the quart bottle?
Mm-hmm.
And watch that stripe on the side when it's filling.
Hold on. Go slow. A little slower. Okay. I just don't want you to go too fast. It's almost there. You can get a few more ounces in. Yeah, a little bit, tiny bit more. Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's full. So my estimate was a little bit off. Christina was actually closer. We've got 4, 5, 6, 7 gallons of water, 7 quarts of water. Now, how come we're not more freaked out about that? Because it's old hat for us. If you resurrect one of these early 50s Chevys, you're gonna have water in it. There's just no two ways about it if it's stored outside. So I'm going to drain the oil next, and then I'm gonna put a scope in there and see what it's looking like in the pan. All right, next is the oil. Whoops. Well, that's what I was afraid of. Okay. I suspect when I scope this pan, it's going to need to come off.
This might take a while.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just come back.
Yeah, we'll just let it run. You get the idea, viewers, of what this is going to be like. Let's let that run.
You want to put some diesel in there?
Huh?
You want to put some diesel in there?
I don't think so, because I think I'm just going to drop the pan.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it needs it. So why am I so gung-ho on pulling the pan and not like flushing diesel through it or something? I'm going to show you why. This is a pan off a similar engine, a Chevy 216. And this one you can see has a similar situation to what we've got here. It's going to have all kinds of gunk in it. This is way more critical than a typical engine on this engine, because this engine uses a concept called splash oiling, where the crank whipping around in this oil pan helps to lube the engine. And the way it does it, see these slots? These get filled with oil, and as the rod comes around, it actually scoops the oil and throws it around. Well, what happens if the rod comes around and grabs that? Which is what will happen if we turn this thing over. What happens if these fill tubes here get plugged like these are. The engine starves. So this particular engine, being a splash oil engine, it's got to be clean in this pan. Okay, very rusty. In fact, look at, oh wow, look at that.
There's a hubcap on a hubcap. Oh, is it?
I never knew these were two-piece.
I did not either.
Huh, two-piece.
Yeah. Oh
And I don't know what this is. This fell out from behind it. I don't know what that is.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that's all right. We're taking this wheel off because I need to get the car level before I get under it to do that oil pan. I don't want it tipping side to side and all that. So I'm going to put a new wheel on here. It's got to come up some more.
It's not gonna.
Or,
It's not gonna
actually,
like.
I'm going to
fall
let
on me,
the
is it?
axle down a little bit. And then jack the axle back up.
Huh. Okay.
Well, it's more oil than I thought was going to come out.
That's true.
You know?
That's very true.
Much more. Probably 3 quarts there.
So what's the plan?
I'm going to scope, given how much came out, I'm going to scope the oil pan just to make sure that it's full of junk. If it's not and it's clean, then I don't need to drop the pan, but I think I'm hoping against hope. There's a lot of rust out here.
In the oil pan?
Yeah, on the parts, the crank and stuff.
We can't really see, but we'll take your word for it.
Well, I'll show you guys in a minute.
Yeah, we can see a little bit. Not sure what we're looking at, but
Yeah, just internal parts that,
it just looks white and slimy.
yeah, exactly. It doesn't look like anything that diesel wouldn't clean up. So I think I'm gonna try that. All right, so because I don't see too much junk in the crankcase, I'm gonna try diesel first before I take everything apart. It's kind of a shortcut, I know, but the scope does just not show that much gunk in there. So let's see. I'm gonna pour it in now. Time to get this battery out of here.
What kind of battery was
Danger. That's a brand. Oh, look at this
it?
Napa.
No, that's what I was looking at.
Napa batteries. Wow. That's a no-joke battery. I'd love to know what year this battery is. I don't see any indicator, but we'll get it out and we'll look. Okay. Now that's cool. That's still in decent shape.
Yet the wheels are
Look
not.
at that. That can be reused. Wow, that's neat. Okay. Let's get this battery out of here.
Oh, look at that.
What's that?
That's, I bet that's some type of weird day code.
Maybe.
Because it looks like F8E.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there any other date on it? No. It's an Exide battery.
Did they always put dates on them?
Yeah. As long as I remember they did, but who knows?
we've seen
Let's
it
see if
like
there's
that.
any fluid still in it. I expect no. Oh, look at that. There is.
Wow.
You know what we're going to try, viewers? We won't interrupt the video for it, but we're going to put this on the charger. See if it'll come back. It might. Now all we're doing is trying the starter. Not trying to start this thing.
No.
Okay, that's not going to work like that. I have to flip it around. Now we're not trying to start this thing. Just trying to start her. Now, this cable is terrible, so I'm going to be very, very careful with this touch test. That's actually a huge surprise to me.
I know. I thought I would
Huge.
hear something.
Yeah, very huge. Okay, let's see if I can jump this starter.
Can you reach it from up there?
Yeah.
Cool. Here goes nothing.
It appears. Yeah, I'm getting
Stuck.
a connection, but the starter isn't moving.
Uh-huh.
It's not moving. Not even clicking. So let me hammer it. Okay. Let me try cleaning out the starter itself. Yeah, that starter's not budging. Not budging. Let me try this. Oh yeah, see?
Yeah.
The fly, see the flywheel through that hole?
I can't. Yeah, I noticed that a while ago.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, it's moving.
Yeah. Okay, it's in gear. Okay.
Oh.
Let's get it out of gear and see what
Yeah,
happens.
because I'm standing in front of it.
So, the starter might work.
Oh no, this is really bad. Let me see. Okay. Oh, where did you go? Yeah, not the best view, but we can get the doors open and, well, I can't get this window down. So I'm just going to record it through this dirty window. So Richard is attempting to push the clutch in with a hammer so he can get it out of gear so that the car does not hit me.
It worked.
Good. I knew you still love me, hon.
Yep. Here we go.
Yeah. I mean, it's
It
not
works.
strong. You know, it just needs, I think it just needs a recovery period.
Yeah, but it's working. Wow. I can't believe that. Okay, good. Let's see what it's like under this cap. Oh yeah, it's old. And this cap is crappy.
It's
Look at
yeah,
that
it's
button.
very, the button, yeah, and then
Yeah.
the sides of it very used.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take this cap out. It's not gonna fly. The rest of it seems salvageable. Look at the green on those points.
Yeah.
Woo! Man, those are corroded. Wow, how about this rotor? Yeah, that rotor is old. See how deep that mark is in it?
Yeah.
And that explains why the distributor button is so bad, because this stuff has been in here many, many, many miles. And I don't know that this distributor can be this cap can be salvaged. I'll see what I've got in inventory first.
All right, let's see what we got here.
So we haven't actually taken this off yet. This should be a holding screw, but maybe it's loose. Yeah, it is. This will be super interesting. Oh, the choke is closed. That's good. That looks pretty good, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Look, it's GM Carb, Rochester GM. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
That's neat. Is the throttle move? Yeah. Yeah, it's sticky, but it moves. And I think it's the gas pedal rather than the actual carburetor being stuck.
Get over here.
It's free. That's about all I can say for it, but it is free. So I'll take it. So I'm under the car and I got to thinking about some of the things that can cause the engine to spin slow. And one of them is stuff in the flywheel cover. So I got under here and what did I find but a hole in the flywheel cover, and it's loaded with stuff. Look at that. This would never turned over correctly with all this junk in here. So I'm gonna clean all this out. The flywheel cover's junk anyway. Look at that, wow. Look at that. That just came out of there. Those two pieces of wood. Something was living in here, jamming up the flywheel and turning. So I'll get this sorted. This will probably help the engine turn over. That whole pile came from that flywheel cover. I'm glad I thought to check that. That's going to help us out a lot. This positive battery cable is in really bad shape. The copper is good, but the jacket is just gone. That's the original cable. So what I wanted to do was just disconnect it from the solenoid right there. That's it. And just replace it. But for some reason, this nut here is really, really stuck. And I'm afraid if I force it, I might break the whole tab off. And that would be a problem. I don't have a bunch of these starters just kicking around. So I'm going to do something else that's temporary but works just fine. I'm going to create a new jacket for the cable. No, I'm not going to wrap it with electrical tape. I'm going to use this heater hose. I'm going to cut a slit in the heater hose, slide it over the cable, and use that to insulate and provide a jacket. And then I'll just tie the slit together with some tie wraps. I'm sure it sounds really Mickey Mouse, but it's not. It works really well. I've done it before, and as a temporary measure in a situation like this, it's going to work just fine. And this is how my jacket came out. It's perfectly insulating all the way down to the starter.
Okay, so you got that one open.
Yeah.
So now you're gonna put your hand in there because I'm just so crazy about what's in that glove box.
Yeah, it's opening.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh-oh, not good.
No, is it full of
Full of rats' nests.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, maybe there's important paperwork and the rat didn't. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. How did the rat fit in there? Hold on, I've got to zoom in for this.
Hopefully he's not still alive.
Hold on. Okay, there you go. Okay, now I've got a good picture. Oh no. Wow. You know, if it's between rat and a mouse, I'll take a rat any day. Some may disagree with that, but
If there was something in here at one time. It's long gone.
How did the rat get in there? My gosh.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
I can only imagine that there's a hole, you know, the glove boxes were cardboard.
Yeah.
The hole. Geez, I was hoping at least there'd be a key in here.
Well, there could be a key in there.
There's no signs of paper or anything in here.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, there's something.
Oh, there's something. What is it? What is that?
It's the cover for the master cylinder refill hole on the floor.
Okay. You don't think the rat took that in there though, right?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, that would be really funny. Can you pull down the ashtray? Maybe it's in the ashtray.
Yeah, I might be able to reach that.
You see anything?
I can't tell. Nothing.
Oh, goodness.
Nope, nothing.
Oh, well. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, so if there's a key in here, we haven't found it.
Yeah, look at all that
A
stuff.
washer. Yeah, why this door won't open? That's why.
So we're back on this. I don't get it. What did we decide last time? That we could see everything move except for right around this side?
The latch on these, when they get worn, they can stick with no rust present. And that's probably compounding the problem. Is besides the rust, the latch is probably worn out and it can catch the door on its own. So we're probably dealing with two problems. Sometimes lifting up on the door helps that, but it hasn't helped us here.
We'll come back.
So this is Lou, another 52 Chevy, and Lou's door is open. So maybe I can figure this out. Not much left of this door on Lou. It looks like when the door is closed, that pops up and it's got to pop back down. So that is not happening. This is sliding into here don't see how it could jam in there. Well, that does move, interestingly enough. But I think the problem is in here. So this thing, when the door closes, it pops up into here, and it might be jammed up in there. Okay, so this thing, interesting, it has two positions. It needs to be pushed down, but it can't go down without this being pressed. So if I press it and push, it ought to unlock. It ought to. Okay, Lou, thank you for that instruction. I think I got it. Or real close. Just been hammering away. I was able to get to the latch and oil it up. I've been hammering away. I think now a few more bangs with the hammer and I'll have it. I think that's it. Yep. That's it. Let's see what was going on here. Oh yeah, this thing is seized. Wow. I don't know how I got this out, but what I did to get it out was I just kept hitting it here and it kept on getting looser and looser, and then it popped. Whew, glad that's done. The sun is setting, so that's gonna wrap it up for the day. But tomorrow, we're gonna get this thing running. I'm committed. Good morning. Beautiful day today, but a bit windy. We'll do our best to keep the wind noise down. Right off the bat, we're gonna drain that diesel out and see what that oil pan looks like. Let's see what this looks like. Here it comes.
Let me go in a little closer. It's pretty milky.
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of like coffee with a lot of creamer in it.
Yeah, it really is. That's good and bad. It means it's getting the junk out, but it means there's still a lot of junk in there.
Yeah. I'm interested to see when you put the scope in there,
Yeah.
if the things you saw yesterday still look
Right.
as milky white as they were.
I'm hoping this starts draining clear. While we wait for that diesel to drain, we're going to start working on the plugs. They're all like this one, carbon fouled, but not worn, and maybe gapped right. Let's find out where they gapped. Yeah, they're a little wide for my liking. They're about 40, 42. I'm going to close them up to 35. I'm going to give this starter as much help as I can. It's full of dirt and such, so I'm going to hit it with this. Since the band is off, the protective band on the starter, all the dirt and stuff will drain right through. So this is motor cleaner, and that's what you want to use on these. Don't use brake clean or starting fluid or carb cleaner. That'll all damage it. This won't. I'm gonna have to get right down close and just blast it. Oh yeah, that's doing it. So the diesel fuel is finished draining. So now we're gonna put the scope in there and see just how much sludge has been removed by it. If enough has been removed, I won't need to pull the oil pan. So this is pretty important.
Okay.
Yeah, can you see that?
Yeah, just maybe.
It looks nice.
Okay, we can see.
Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, that's great news. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pour some more diesel through one more time, but I think we're good. I think we've got 99% of the junk out.
Second injection of diesel is going to go through, and hopefully that fixes it.
I think it will. These points are very, very, very corroded, as you can imagine. But we've got some emery paper, so we're cleaning them up. We're gonna hit them with some contact cleaner and then test them. Coil's kind of hanging out down here, but let's jump it on the plus side, which is this side. I'm not seeing any spark there, but I think it's because this is just so dirty. We're just gonna pull this old coil out altogether. Look at how green it is inside the tower. I've got a new 6-volt one, so we're just gonna drop that in quick. All right, new coil, cleaned connections. Let's see if we get spark now. We're jumped. Nope, we're still getting nothing. What is going on here? Nothing.
You got smoke over here too.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. Never, never, never. This wire is super hot. So we've got a short in here somewhere. Yes, now we're getting spark at the points, but this is not normal that everything should heat up like that. The condenser is not hot. And I'm wondering if we got a short in here. I'm gonna have to take this off and find out. So I have a theory. Turns out there's no short in there. Everything ohms out where it should. So I'm thinking that brand new coil is crap. We'll find out in about 2 seconds. Things start smoking again when I hook this up. What? Nope. Nope. It's that new coil. All right, this is round 2 of draining the diesel. I'm expecting this to be far more clear. Yeah, and it is. See that? Yeah, that's real nice. So I'm confident that we got the sludge out. I'll scope it one more time to be sure, but this looks real good. So I'm scoping it now, and you know, it's pretty clean up here. But look at that. There's some interesting things to be found now. That's rust at the bottom of one of the cylinders. So that you couldn't even see before, and now it's exposed. But you look at like the crank and such, and it's very, very nice. The sludge is gone. Just the rust at the bottom of the cylinders is a concern, but we knew that anyway. So I'm going to call this good. Let this drain a little bit more and then put oil in it. There's a nice view of it right there. Look at how clean that is now. I'm super happy with that. A little bit of sludge there, but it's no big deal. Real nice there. Yeah, we're good to go. Fresh oil's going in. We are getting close. Okay, oil's full. We gotta clean this out. It's not gonna run like this. Let's see just how deep this goes. Holy cow. It's still going. You know, I thought this was dirt daubers, but it's not.
It looks like sand, doesn't it?
Yeah. This car must have been backed up against a sand pile or something. And the exhaust just got plugged, which could be fortunate. It may have kept the rodents out.
Well, it didn't keep them out of that glove box.
No. But I'd rather they be in the glove box than the engine.
Do you still feel it hitting like a wall?
There's still some in here, yes.
Gosh, okay. Well, this could take a while. We'll come back.
It's gonna make some good footage when this car starts.
Oh my gosh.
Gonna have a sandstorm back here.
Exactly. Okay.
That sounded slow, but it is 6 volts. So I think we can put the plugs back in.
Okay. So I'm recording through this vent window. We have a whole bunch of old Chevy keys, and Richard is going to see if one of them might fit. Which, believe it or not, that happens quite often.
Yes. The old GM keys, the little ones, I found on the ignition side, they can be pretty universal once they get worn out. Trunk, not as much, but ignition, I'll be surprised if we don't have one here that fits. And how do you know the ignition? It'll have rounded edges on the key itself.
All right, so this might take a minute. We'll get back to you.
Yeah.
The third key you tried.
Yep, third one.
That's
Yep.
amazing.
Yep. Let's see if the starter button works. Probably not. It's all
Probably
broken.
rusted up.
Yeah, it's all broken, so it probably doesn't work. Apparently not. Yeah, apparently not. But the key works. So I got back to the starter and noticed right away it was smoking. So what's smoking is the wire that goes from the starter to the dash. So something is shorted there and it's smoking, and not sure why, because the key's off, but doesn't mean that the key is causing it. It just means there's a short before the key. So I've got to get this off of here and I'll get back to you. Okay, turn the key straight up. If we hear this thing beep, we got a short. Yep. Yeah, we got a short somewhere in the wiring, under the dash or somewhere else, so we won't mess with that. All right, let's see if we could spark to the plugs. I think we're gonna. Yep.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yep.
It took a minute, but I saw it.
Yeah, it's just turning slow. Woo! That's good. That's good. Now, we're going to put a little gas in this thing and just see if it kicks. I haven't checked this carb at all. I'm going to hit the float to free it up, but I haven't done anything with this carb. Okay, I'm going to start by filling the bowl. I fully expect this to leak a bit. They usually do, these Rochester Bs. What happens is the accelerator pump wears out, and if it does, when the bowl gets full, the gas leaks past it and comes out over here. And I don't see anything yet. That's a nice surprise. All right, here we go.
Still have it?
I think we might have lost spark.
Oh no.
I think. I didn't see any there, and it certainly was acting like it. Okay, let's check it. All right, in my infinite wisdom, I forgot to hook the ignition up. So let's try it now with the ignition connected.
Are you gonna watch the spark checker?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's working now. Okay.
You do have a little more smoke down there?
Yeah, that's the, you know, I've got diesel and oil and everything on that starter. So as it heats up, it's going to smoke a little bit. I'm going to try giving this a kick of starting fluid. See if that helps a little bit. The reason we're using this is we're dealing with very slow turning and probably very bad compression. Probably. That's encouraging. That was encouraging. It did, you know, fire twice.
Mm-hmm.
So it like that. I'm going to open the throttle a little bit this time. Okay, nothing yet.
Is the starter just getting too hot in that
No,
area?
no.
No.
We're just turning very, very, very slow, and the compression is probably quite poor at this point. We're getting an occasional fire, but not much. So I'm going to try it one more time on this 6-volt battery. Then I'm going to change the coil to 12 and run this off 12. And I bet that's going to make a big difference. See how hot the starter is? Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Oh, good.
Not at all.
Good.
No. Because that was actually worse, but this setup is pretty bad. The exhaust pedal, the gas pedal inside is messed up. See that the return isn't working? Okay. Because the floor is so rotted out, the gas pedal's just kind of hanging there. All right, I just disconnected the gas pedal altogether. And interestingly enough, when I did that, I'm pretty sure the accelerator pump was pumping, which is crazy, but it does appear to be. Yeah, we're going to switch the coil and switch out the battery. It's just turning too slow. So in addition to the 12-volt battery, I also changed the negative cable. This thing's pretty crappy. So I've got a nice thick piece of welding cable in there now. This is going to make a huge difference in how it turns over. It should anyway. Yeah, it's just a little bit.
Right here.
Where's my gas? I think this is gonna go. I really think it's gonna go. I mean, it's certainly, it's firing better than it was. Whoa, the starter jumped out. Doesn't like that 12 volts. Uh-oh.
Did it start to stop?
Uh-oh. Oh boy, did the engine just seize?
Oh,
Let me see. Uh-oh.
why would that happen?
I don't know. Uh-oh.
Yeah. That's strange.
Either it hopped into gear. No, because it would. Uh-oh. Let me check the shifter to be sure, but if it was in gear, this would be moving. No, it's not in gear. Absolutely not in gear. That's a new one.
Yeah. As many of these 216s as we worked on?
No, this has never happened before.
Uh-uh.
We really weren't turning it fast enough to cause any real internal engine damage.
No, it's like the first time you tried it with... you only tried it 2 times.
I know.
On 12, and then it did it. The first time it did it, because the second time it wouldn't do anything.
All right, let's think logically about this, what it could be. Because it being seized is an easy conclusion to jump to, but let me see if I can get it to turn backwards. It did move backwards. Yeah, it moves backwards.
Yeah. Do you hear a little whoosh sound?
Yeah, that's compression. Huh, maybe, well, it's not seized then. Let's see if I can move it forward. It's a little tough to do from this angle, but let me try it. Right there. Feel it? Stopped cold.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. Do we possibly have a valve that's stuck? Not that one. Possibly that one. Possibly that one. Well, for kicks, let's loosen this up.
Okay.
Okay, so here's where we're at. Suddenly the engine just stopped. By hand, I can get it to rotate, and then it, bang, it stops, half a turn, going forward and going back. So initially I thought we threw a rod. Unlikely, but possible. So we tested all the pistons. They're moving up and down. So a rod isn't physically broken, we know that. But then I had Christina look at the starter commutator, because the band is off the back of the starter. And when I turn the engine by hand, the commutator is moving, which means the entire starter is moving. That's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to be disengaged. So do we have a problem that the starter is engaging the flywheel and somehow jamming up? Again, unlikely, but possible. So we're going to pull it and find out. But before we do that, I'm going to let you all hear what we're hearing. So babe, if you just put the camera
right there.
down there,
Yeah.
and you'll hear the bang.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not going to do it now because I don't have my
Yes,
gloves on.
I need to back the engine up.
I put my finger right there, and as soon as the bang hits, I felt it on my fingers coming from right there.
Yep.
Go ahead.
So listen to this. Okay, next turn it's going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Yeah.
And that sounds, you know, I was listening closer this time. It sounds like it's coming out of the starter.
If I can literally feel it with my fingers when I have my fingers down.
So Christina said, that's hope.
It's hope. Yeah.
You mean there's a chance?
Yeah, exactly.
So we're going to pull that starter. Because, man, this thing was almost running.
Wasn't the starter, and now we are just, I guess, exhausting everything we can think of.
Yeah, that's the way to describe it. Seeing if the flywheel's jammed, we even pulled the fuel pump.
You see something?
No, I don't see anything amiss. So it's starting to get dark, and I think I need a break from this car. But I'm going to sleep on it and see what tomorrow brings. As usual, we're running out of time, editing deadlines and such, but we'll see what we can do. Have a great night. Well, I couldn't stay away, so I came back out tonight. There's a little bit of sunlight left, and I think I may have found the problem. Check this out. This is the scope inside of cylinder number 2. And look right there. It's hard to see on this, but that's a valve. See the edge of the valve right here? That's a valve. What is that doing in there? That valve should be completely up and out of the way because the valve train has been loosened up. And it's not. And I'm willing to bet that if I roll that piston back, you're either going to see air gap space in the valve, or that valve's going to follow that piston down. So I'm going to try that. Sure enough, there it is. See the valve? It's broken off, and it's fallen into the cylinder. Okay, so that means the head's got to come off to address that. I have lots of valves for these things, but the head's going to have to come off first. Boy, I'm glad I didn't pull the oil pan. You know, the way this was behaving, it just felt like a valve had broken free. And I'm glad that I came out and rechecked it. At least now I know what the problem is and what I need to do to solve it. So this valve problem unfortunately came up right at the end of our work, and it's time to edit. It's an unfortunate reality of YouTube. But we are going to get right back to this thing. In 2 weeks, we'll have a part 2 where we get this thing running like we should have this time. I'm not going to fail on this car. But next week, I need to show you what we need to move on to so that this has to wait 1 more week. It's right behind me.
No, it's not the tractor.
This is a 1962 Buick LeSabre. Not just any LeSabre. This is the super rare 2-door sedan. They only made a few thousand of these in '62. Buick owners were 4-door people. And if they were 2-door people, they were 2-door hardtops. This is the sedan. If you went into a Buick dealer and said, I want the cheapest car you have, this was it. But I kind of like that. But this car needs a lot of help. It's been sitting forever in bad conditions, but we'll get into that next week. Thank you so much for watching. We really hope you liked this video. Even though we quite didn't cross the finish line, we will. If you did like it, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing, particularly if you want to be notified when we get back to that car. Until we meet again, have a great day.